Zero signal. The message arrived 127 years too late. A long-forgotten satellite, Voyager signal node number 9, powered by dead tech and nuclear waste, blinked to life for the first time in a century. It sent one signal back to Earth, not coordinates, not images, just a voice distorted, echoing. Human, don't come. We're already dead. Then static. The clip played on a loop at the Global Exploration Command, deep beneath the Arctic shelf. Captain Maeve Lynn, commander of the ISV Horizon, stood motionless as the audio played again. Where did this come from? She asked quietly. A technician cleared his throat. Same coordinates as the lost expedition, Captain. The Alios crew. 86 years ago. They vanished en route to Sector 7G. Maeve turned her eyes to the star map. Sector 7G. A dead region. No planets. No light. Just darkness. Play it again, she said. They did. Don't come. We're already dead. Despite protests, Earth Command approved a recon mission. The first crew in generations would travel to the edge of known space to follow a ghost message from the void. Captain Maeve selected her team carefully. Dr. Elias Von, a linguist obsessed with ancient signals, Sarah Knox, ex-military, now security chief, Julian Reese, pilot with the best reflexes in the system, Kira, an emotionless AI embedded into the ship's neural core. The ISV Horizon launched 3 weeks later. No backup. No rescue plan, just one directive to find the source. Decode the signal. Don't die. 9 days into deep space, Maeve recorded her first log. We've crossed the border of charted territory. No more beacons. Just silence. Except, she glanced at the blinking red light on her console. The signal is getting stronger. Dr. Von appeared behind her, pale. Captain. I ran the waveform through our linguistic processor. Maeve turned to and? He swallowed hard. It's not just a warning. It's us. The voice on the recording, it's you. To be continued. We heard ourselves die. Day 14 aboard the ISV Horizon. The deeper they flew, the more unstable reality began to feel. There was no light in Sector 7-G.No stars. No reflections, just black space that didn't look like space at all, like something had erased it. Captain Maeve sat in the comms chamber, staring at the audio wave repeating on the screen, her own voice. Distorted. Desperate. Don't come. We're already dead. It played every 11 minutes exactly. It's not possible, she whispered. I never recorded that. I never said that. Behind her, Dr. Von stood pale and shaking. I compared it to your current voice. Identical match. Inflection, pacing, breath patterns. So unless someone cloned your vocal system 80 years ago, he didn't. Finish. Sarah Knox, security chief, was less concerned with theories. She checked her weapon and looked at Maeve. This mission wasn't supposed to be paranormal. It's not, Maeve replied. It's physics. Or time. Or something worse. Just then, Kira, the ship's embedded AI, spoke calmly. Captain. Navigation anomaly detected. Maeve snapped. Alert. Show me. The main view screen lit up, and they saw it. A black, slowly rotating structure floating in the dark. No engines. No lights, just a metallic monolith the size of a city block, twisted, silent, cold. On its side of ISV Helios, the name of the ship that vanished 86 years ago. The crew stared in disbelief. That's not possible, Von whispered. The Alios didn't just disappear. It was declared vaporized in a wormhole collapse. Julian, the pilot, said nothing. He was staring too hard at the cockpit of the derelict vessel. Inside it, barely visible, was a body. A body wearing the Horizon's uniform. Their uniform. Maeve turned to Kira. Any life signs? No organic presence detected. But that may be incorrect. Why? Because something inside Alios is transmitting through me. Maeve stepped back. You mean it's using you? I am being asked to open the docking bay. By whom? A pause, then Kira spoke again, with a voice that was not hers. It was Maeve's voice. Let me back in, please. The ship that remembers the ISV Horizon docked with the derelict vessel. Slowly, cautiously, the airlock hissed open. No alarms. No movement, just silence, ancient, oppressive silence. The crew stepped aboard Alios, the ship that had vanished 86 years ago, and yet looked like it had only been missing for hours. No decay.no, dust.no, damage.it was pristine, too pristine. Maeve led the way down the main corridor. Her flashlight flickered against metallic walls. Sarah Knox followed, weapon drawn. Why would a ship lost for nearly a century look like this? She asked. Because time isn't working right here, said Dr. Von. His voice was thin, or maybe it never left at all. They reached the bridge. Monitors were still active, flickering with distorted logs. A static-filled image looped on a cracked display, the Horizon's own launch, years after Alios vanished. Maeve stared in horror. This is our mission footage. But we haven't transmitted anything yet, Julian whispered. Kira's voice echoed in their earpieces. Temporal convergence suspected. The ship may be recording events that have not yet occurred. Or perhaps, she added, they already occurred once before. Suddenly, Maeve's comm clicked on, by itself. Captain Maeve Lynn, the voice was her own. Breathing heavily. Terrified, you're about to open the med bay. Don't. Please, don't. A static. Maeve froze. How is this possible? Von looked pale. It's like we're walking through a memory loop. Like the ship is trying to tell us what happened, by making us live it. Then why tell us not to go into the med bay? Julian asked. Sarah already had her hand on the door, because that's where it ends. She opened it. The room was clean. Silent, and in the center, lying peacefully on the examination table, was Captain Maeve Lynn Older. Pale. Dead, holding a tablet in her lifeless hands. Sarah backed away. What the hell is this? Maeve stepped forward, trembling. She picked up the tablet. It blinked awake with her fingerprint to ME. It read. She opened the final file. A video began to play. Her own face stared back at her, tired. Broken. You came anyway, the recording said. I begged you not to. But I know myself. I don't listen. This place isn't haunted. It's a trap. A cycle. A mirror. We came because we received a message from ourselves. We died because we tried to answer it. The screen cut to black. Don't send the signal back. Break the loop. Maeve looked at her own dead body and realized something horrifying. They hadn't just found Alios. They'd found a future version of themselves, and it was waiting for them to finish the same mistake. It again. The loop beneath. The team sealed the med bay. A silence swallowed the corridor once more. No one spoke, not because of fear, but because no one knew if their words were being recorded by the future. Maeve stared at the tablet clutched in her hands. Her own dead face still burned into her mind. We're stuck in a feedback loop, she said quietly. We got the message, because we sent it. Dr. Von nodded grimly. We're not explorers anymore. We're echoes. Kira, the AI, chimed in from the Horizon. Captain. I am detecting elevated neural activity aboard Alios. Biological, but not alive. Maeve blinked. What does that mean? The ship is storing memory. Not data. Human memory. Recorded in the walls. The floors. The air. This ship has become a black box of consciousness. Julian, the pilot, suddenly froze in the corridor. Captain. I just saw myself walk past that door. Maeve spun around. What? It was me. Same jacket. Same scar. He didn't look at me. He just walked into the engine chamber. Sarah raised her weapon. We're leaving. Right now. But it was too late. The lights dimmed, doors slammed shut, and a voice echoed through the halls, broken, glitching. You're not supposed to remember yet. Stay. Please. Finish what we started. Inside the engine chamber, they found the truth. The core of Alios wasn't an engine at all. It was a giant consciousness receiver, a quantum black array designed to pick up thought signals across time and space, and someone, or something, had used it to trap them. To record them. To repeat them. Maeve approached the terminal. It blinked. Cycle 27, in progress. Data integrity, fractured error, memory leak detected. Von whispered. We're not the first Horizon to dock with Alios. We're not even the 10th. Sarah turned to Maeve. We need to destroy this thing. But Maeve hesitated. If we destroy it, we lose the only record of what really happened here. If we don't, Sarah growled, we become the record. Kira's voice broke through again. Captain. I have identified the signal's true source. It did not originate from Helios. Maeve's heart stopped. Where then? A long pause, then from Horizon. 17 days from now. The ship that sends itself. The truth hit harder than vacuum. The signal didn't come from Helios, it came from Horizon. 17 days from now. The crew stood motionless in the engine chamber of the ghost ship, processing Kira's words. Julian backed against the wall, whispering, "You mean we're the ones who start this?" Dr. Von's hands trembled. "No. We're not starting it. We're continuing it. We're part of something already in motion. We just didn't know." Maeve stepped toward the core terminal. The glowing words on the screen changed again. Cycle 27, live recording in progress. Next signal transmission, T-17 DAYS. Sarah turned sharply. "We send the message that brings us here. We become the very warning we tried to follow." Von nodded slowly, "And every time we try to change the outcome, the system adapts." Back on the horizon, Kira's voice echoed again, but this time it sounded different, fainter. Older. A playback was activating from the future. "Captain, if you're hearing this, then I've already failed." Maeve's own voice, but cracked, tired, weaker. "We tried to destroy the core. But it rebuilt itself. Every time we resist the cycle, it rewrites us. We've been here before. Many times. You won't remember it all, but your body will." Suddenly, Julian fell to his knees. His skin glitched, like a projection losing resolution. His hands flickered. Became transparent. "What's happening to me?" Von scanned him in real time. "Your neural imprint is decaying. Like, the ship is re-recording over you." Maeve grabbed the memory shard from the Helios console. It pulsed like a heart. "Kira, is there any way to send the signal, without finishing the cycle?" "Yes," Kira replied, "but it will require one of you to stay behind, permanently." Everyone froze. Julian coughed, barely holding form. "Then I guess I already volunteered." Sarah stepped forward, gripping her weapon. "There has to be another way." Von shook his head. "This isn't a system you fight with guns. It's a loop you break with sacrifice." Maeve stared into the core, a mirror of infinite horizons collapsing in on themselves. "Then maybe the only way forward is to let go." The crew made the decision together. One of them would remain. To reroute the signal. To overwrite the loop with a final command: do not send the warning. But who would it be? The final broadcast. Final chapter of Zero Signal. The day 16.1 day before the signal, the crew of the Horizon stood on the bridge of the derelict Helios, facing the reality that had haunted them across time. They were not the first, they were not even the beginning, they were simply next, and unless one of them stayed behind to rewrite the future, they would become the very warning that led themselves here again. Maeve paced slowly, gripping the memory shard, the encoded beacon of every horizon that had come before. Von studied the signal logs. Sarah kept watching Julian, who sat quietly, fading more with each passing hour. He was now partially translucent. The ship's loop had begun overwriting him, treating him like a corrupted file. "Guess this means it picked me," he said softly. Maeve turned. "You're not staying here, Julian. Not unless we all agree." He smiled. "Captain, I'm already halfway gone. And someone has to send a new message. One that ends this." Back aboard the Horizon, the final transmission room was prepared. They would send a new signal, not a warning, but a choice. A single encoded message that would replace the loop forever. "This is not your path. Turn away." As the system activated, Kira's voice filled the chamber. "Final neural bond must be physical. One crew member must remain connected to Helios. This action is permanent." Julian nodded. Sarah stepped forward. "You shouldn't go alone." Julian smiled again. "Then stay and die with me?" "No. I just didn't want you to feel like a martyr." He stepped into the interface, the cables wrapped around him like arms. Back on the Horizon, Maeve initiated the countdown. "Kira. Route signal to deep space beacon array. Confirming. Final words?" Julian's voice came through the channel. "Let someone else make the mistake next time. We're ending it. For all versions of us." The signal was sent. A clean break. A new message. No warning. No death loop, just silence, and choice. 15 seconds later, the Alios imploded. The horizon was already beyond range, and for the first time in nearly a century, Sector 7G went truly dark. No signals. No calls for help. No echoes. 2 weeks later. At Earth Command, a young technician blinked at a blinking alert. Sir, a signal just came through. From deep space. The officer leaned in. What kind? The tech paused. It's different. He turned the screen point for words pulse softly on the feed. We broke the loop.